Dear students, welcome back. Now we are going to see changes in normal structure and function of the thorax and chest wall. So, in the earlier sessions, we have studied how the normal structure is present and what are its functions of the chest wall and the thorax we have seen in the previous sessions. So, some of these structural changes leads to changes in the function of the chest wall in some conditions. So, some of the conditions are it may be a musculoskeletal or any pathological conditions in the respiratory system also changes the normal structure and function of the thorax and chest wall. And also other condition called pregnancy, but pregnancy is not a pathologic state. It also have some effects due to pregnancy on the chest wall can be seen. Okay, so we'll start with pregnancy. Pregnancy is not considered to be a pathologic state, but pregnancy results in alteration of every organ system and every tissue of the body of the pregnant woman. So during pregnancy, every organ is going to be altered, and also every tissue of the body of the pregnant woman is going to change. So because of all these changes during pregnancy, which also affects the biomechanics of the chest wall, so that change can be appeared during the second half of the pregnancy, and also especially during the last trimester. That means on the last 3 months we can see uh, variations in the biomechanics of the chest wall, because progressive uterine distension repositions the diaphragm towards the cephalad, which result in increased chest circumference and decreased the functional residual capacity of the lungs. So it is going to increase the chest circumference because the diaphragm is pushed upwards. The diaphragm is pushed upwards during pregnancy. So which increases the chest diaphragm. Okay. Once the chest circumference increases, there is a decreased functional residual capacity of the lungs takes place. So, in the case of pregnancy, tidal volumes are actually increased, but vital capacity is unchanged. Tidal volumes are increased, but the vital capacity is unchanged because it is not a pathologic state. Because of the postural changes during pregnancy and variations and alterations of every organ system during pregnancy leads to such variations of biomechanics of the chest wall can be seen during pregnancy. So the vital capacity is not changed, but the tidal volumes are increased due in the last trimester because of the position of the diaphragm due to uterine distension results in increased chest circumference, which finally decrease the functional residual capacity of the lungs. Okay, so this is about the pregnancy. Now we will see the musculoskeletal problem called scoliosis. That is called structural scoliosis. So this is the changes in the musculoskeletal changes. So here you can see the spine. On the posterior view, the spine has to be present in a straight line. But see, there is a curvature, lateral curvature is seen. Lateral curvature is seen towards the lateral curvature is seen towards the left side. Okay, so concavity is present on the right side. Concavity is present on the right side. So this is a type of musculoskeletal problem. It is a type of musculoskeletal problem. We can call it as musculoskeletal abnormality. This is going to be affect the chest wall biomechanics. So with this type of scoliosis, the musculoskeletal changes that affect ventilation as well as the chest wall biomechanics, which are related to the severity of the curve. If the severity of the curve is more, then the biomechanics of the chest wall is also normal biomechanics is affected, is also more in such kind of conditions. So on the concave side of scoliotic curve, on the concave side of the scoliotic curve, the transverse processes of the vertebrae rotate anteriorly and carrying the ribs with them, and carrying the ribs with them. So here you can see, so if you can take one rib here, so this one is the concavity, that means this is the right side and this is the left side. So right side, towards the right side, the transverse process rotate anteriorly. So if the transverse process rotate anteriorly, the rib attached to the transverse process is also rotated anteriorly. Okay, carrying the ribs with them. As the ribs are torsioned anteriorly, so what will happen to the intercostal spaces in between them? The intercostal spaces between them are decreased. On the convex side, the effects are just opposite to it. So what will happen here? The vertebral body rotates towards the left side as well, and the transverse processes of the left side rotate backwards, that is posteriorly, which are also carrying the ribs towards the posterior side. Okay, so these changes occurs during scoliosis. If it is severe enough, so if the curvature is more, what will happen? This rotation is also more, and then what will happen? The intercostal spaces are very much reduced, and then the function of these muscles are reduced. So if the function of these muscles are reduced, which finally reduce the rib cage compliance. So this kind of abnormality results in restrictive lung problems, what you call as restrictive lung problems, that can eventually decrease lung volumes and capacities. So ఏమవుతుంది, సో ఇలా ఉండాల్సిన రిబ్ కేజ్, సో what will happen? So it is going to torsion like this, ఇలా వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ ఇలా వస్తుంది. సో ఏమవుతుంది, ఉండాల్సిన ప్లేస్లో ఉండకపోతే ఇక్కడున్న లంగ్, ఇట్ సైడ్ ఉన్న లంగ్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ తగ్గిపోతుందా లేదా? సో ఎక్స్పాండ్ అవ్వాలన్నా రిబ్ కేజెస్ ఏమవుతుంది, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అఫెక్టెడ్. సో ఇదేమవుతుంది, లంగ్స్ని ఎక్స్పాండ్ కాకుండా రెస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేసేస్తుంది అనమాట. సో దీస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ రెస్ట్రిక్టివ్ లంగ్ ప్రాబ్లం అంటారు. అందుకని సో ఇఫ్ ద curvature is severe, which leads to restrictive lung problems. అవునా కాదా? సో ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్ రిబ్ ఉన్నప్పుడైతే రెండు హాఫ్ సమానంగా ఉంటాయి. సో వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపన్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ట్విస్టెడ్ లైక్ దిస్? సో ఇది ఉండాల్సిన పొజిషన్లో లేకపోతే, సో లంగ్స్ అంతా నార్మల్ పొజిషన్లోనే ఉంటుంది, దాని ఎనటామికల్ పొజిషన్లోనే ఉంటుంది. బట్ బికాస్ చేంజెస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ outer structure, thoracic wall, what it is, this structures are going to restrict the expansion of the lung, so leading to restrictive lung problems. సో ఈ కర్వేచర్ తక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు we will not see such kind of restrictive lung problems. If it is severe, definitely restrictive lung problems will arise, as finally reduces the lung volumes and the capacity. Okay, this is about the scoliosis. Scoliosis is defined as the lateral curvature of the vertebral column is called as scoliosis. It is a musculoskeletal abnormality which finally affect the chest wall biomechanics. Okay, this is about the scoliosis, and it is a musculoskeletal abnormality. So such kind of changes occur, such kind of changes affect the normal structure and function. Okay, in the next session we are going to see the chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, that is the pathological condition which causes changes in the biomechanics of the chest wall. So that thing we are going to see in the next video. Thank you.